Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
Both Caleb and Victoriano sent me this story, and it could happen here, but it happened in Canada. Ontario man shocked when engine not covered under warranty due to over-revving. Over-revving. Now, here's the thing. As an attorney, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not shocked. This is the kind of thing where if they want to, they can deny a warranty claim. And if what they're saying is correct, that is that this actually happened, then if you go look at the warranty booklet, it's going to say it's one of the things that your warranty could be denied for with respect to a claim. So Pat Ferran wrote this for CTV News. An Ontario student going to college to be a mechanic is shocked the engine in his 2-year-old car will not be repaired under warranty after the dealership said he'd been over-revving the engine. He bought a 2022 Hyundai Elantra 2 years ago and paid an extra for an extended warranty and felt he had coverage for 7 years or 140,000 kilometers. He said he bought that particular car because it was the sport model made for performance driving. So that'd be the Hyundai Elantra N. He says it's their track model and it's designed for the track and track use. It has a 2-liter turbo and it's equipped with a 6-speed manual transmission. In June of this year, while he was driving home, his car's engine failed at 46,000 kilometers. He said he's on the highway when all of a sudden the car became unresponsive to the throttle. It just stopped. I was stepping on the gas pedal. It wasn't moving. He added the cost to repair the engine is about $10,000 plus tax. For the past 3 months, the car's been sitting at the dealership because after reviewing the vehicle's data through the engine control unit, they determined the car had been abused and the engine had been redlined multiple times. Redlined multiple times. So we're talking about the engine and the tachometer and how fast you rev the engine. And there's going to be a red line. And it's often a point where if you look at a tachometer, if you've got one, where the numbers often change color and they often are changed to red to indicate to you that that's the danger zone. The danger zone. He told CTV News he has taken the car several times to the Toronto Motorsports Park at Cayuga to race the quarter mile. And that right there is also going to be a problem because I have a sneaky feeling if you read the warnings in the owner's manual and the warranty, it's going to say that this vehicle cannot be raced. And so you take the car to a track, whether it's a straight line track or a roundabout type track, and you race it, you're going to run into trouble if they find out about that. And I know this because I've encountered this problem before. I've actually had a situation where a manufacturer said, we're not going to repair your client's car because they raced it. And then we get into an argument about whether or not they raced it and whether or not that caused the problem. Car has been to the track, but that is not when this incident occurred. I was driving home when it blew up. So he says, look, I've taken it to the track and raced it, but it failed someplace else. They're going to say, yes, but when you took it to the track and raced it, you caused damage that just didn't manifest itself until you were driving it home. So when CTV News reached out to Hyundai Canada, a spokesperson said, we conducted a thorough investigation into the matter involving the Elantra N. After reviewing the vehicle's engine data retrieved through the ECU, it was determined the engine experienced conditions exceeding its designed operational limits, resulting in significant mechanical failure. These findings point to excessive engine revving, which falls outside the coverage of the vehicle's warranty due to improper use. The warranty for Hyundai vehicles covers defects in material and workmanship under normal usage conditions. Damage caused by misuse, including exceeding the vehicle's mechanical limits, is not covered. In this instance, the excessive stress caused by significantly exceeding the maximum recommended RPMs on multiple occasions falls outside the warranty parameters. We provided a full explanation to the client regarding the cause of the issue and the reasons for this decision. Meanwhile, the man who bought the car said he's concerned the car was also under a recall for a high-pressure fuel pump, and despite being denied, he still feels a Hyundai should repair the engine. And of course, the question is there any chance that that recall could have caused this problem if not performed? I'm not sure that the failure or a problem with the high-pressure fuel pump could lead to this failure. I suppose it's possible your car stops running. Maybe your fuel pump's not working anymore. But somebody could figure that out pretty quickly. He said, I want Hyundai to cover the motor, especially because I did purchase the extended warranty. $10,000 is a lot of money. With new technology, most dealerships can plug into your car and see the kind of driving you've been doing. It's a reminder to be careful not to over-rev your engine or your warranty could be denied. A couple things to point out here. It says specifically early on that the dealership denied his warranty. It's actually Hyundai, the manufacturer. Keep in mind that the dealerships do the warranty repairs, but they're compensated and approved by the manufacturer. So it's not the dealership's fault here. It's the manufacturer saying, no, we're not going to pay this. However, his statement is, I purchased the extended warranty, and $10,000 is a lot of money. Keep in mind that the extended warranty does not cover things that are not covered by the warranty itself when it comes to things that would exclude coverage. So if the warranty says we do not cover abuse, misuse, racing, off-roading, any of that stuff, if it says those things, then the extended warranty isn't going to cover that either. And likewise, $10,000 is a lot of money. It is. And I completely feel for the guy. But here's the thing. The question is, was he seriously over-revving this thing repeatedly, or is that just an excuse they're using? And that's what we don't know. So if someone were to litigate this, you would ask to see that data. And again, there's going to be people in the audience, mechanics and so on, who are going to know much more about the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N than I know. And the question is, what kind of information is contained and retrievable from the engine control unit? And will it show, for instance, how often it was over-revved, how far it was over-revved, et cetera, et cetera? I'm assuming it does because that's what they say they've got here. And so if the guy took it and was running quarter miles with it, it's possible that kind of situation would lead to an over-revving problem. But again, like I said, the warranty is going to say there's certain things we cover, and usually they say, materials and workmanship, and then they're going to say, but we have exclusions, and that's problems caused by these things, and it's going to have a whole bunch of them. And among them is going to be having the car raced or using it in an abusive manner, and excessively over-revving the engine would do that. So let's say you've got a car, and you look at the tachometer, and it actually shows a red line of, 6,000 RPM, okay? If you were driving along one day and something happened and the needle just bumped to 6,000 one time, I can't imagine that would cause the engine to fail, and I can't imagine that would even be a good excuse where if you drove the car for another 3 years and then the engine blew up, they said, oh, but you over-revved it one time way back there. That you can see might be something where you go, wait, I don't think there's a causal connection there. However, if they say, look, we can show that this guy was taking this thing out the racetrack and racing it and constantly over-revving it. And if that was the case, then I can see them saying, yeah, we're not going to cover that. We're not going to cover that. So I feel sorry for the guy because he did buy the extended warranty. $10,000 is a lot of money, and they denied his claim. But they're denying his claim, saying, yeah, you abused the vehicle. And misuse and abuse are always and have always been things for which you can get your warranty coverage denied in a car. And I had a case once years ago where a client of mine did occasionally race a car at a track. And he had a window sticker for that racetrack on all of his cars. He had more than one car. And he had it on a car that he did not race. And one time he brought his car in for service, the one that was not raced, somebody spotted the sticker and said, hey, do you race this car? And he goes, no. They go, why do you have the sticker on it? He goes, oh, because I raced my other car. And somebody, the manufacturer, picked up on that and said, oh, this guy must race this car too. And they drew the conclusion that he'd raced that car. And my client had records of what cars he raced and when, but you'd be surprised. They'll hang their hat on almost anything if they can. But here, guy's got 46,000 kilometers on the car, on the engine, and the engine failed catastrophically. And they're saying, yeah, and the ECU shows that you were over-revving it and redlining it quite often. And that would be a problem. And so I can tell you that even with all of the press and the media coverage, manufacturers probably not going to change their mind on this one because they're going to say, look, that's the kind of denial that we are allowed to make. However, if somebody were to litigate this and get their hands on the data from that ECU and compare it and say how many times was it redlined, when was it redlined, and how badly, by the way. Was it the red line 6,000 and it just bumped 6,000 a couple times? Or was it 6,000 and it bumped over to 9,000 a couple times? Okay, so that's another problem. We don't know how often or how badly it was over-revved. So there's a bunch of stuff to think about here. We don't know the answers to them, but we at least understand the issue. The issue is, go read your warranty booklet. It'll say, and specifically, use and abuse are excluded, and it's somewhere else going to say, and if you race this car, track this car, or use it off-road, it's not going to be covered, because this car is designed for passenger use on public roads and driving around on your own private property, but it's not designed to be taken to a track and raced any amount of time. Now, he did mention track use as if it's something this car is designed to do. And I've heard of some cars that they've actually said this car can be tracked and driven on the road. I can think of a couple, like, for instance, Corvettes, where that was part of the selling point. And if that's true, then you got a better argument. But I'm not sure, again, like I said, about the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N. So, Ontario man shocked when engine not covered under warranty due to over-revving. Pat Fran wrote there for CTV News. Caleb and Victoriano both sent that. Thank you very much. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. Press any key to continue or any other key to quit.